Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So in this video I want to talk about the update on the Sylvester's story, and for anyone that does not know what the story is about, I'm going to put a link. You can check out the previous video where I shared the whole story. So the update now is that the Commissioner of Police have come out and made a speech and a press conference to say that Sylvester's exit was a natural exit. Natural exit. I'm going to let you guys listen to a bit of this where he said it.
Attributed cause of death to acute bacteria due to severe sepsis. That's what the result. The second, that the first result carried out by the same doctor on the toxicology is acute bacteria. At the end of the diligent investigation carried out so far, there is no evidence to establish a case of torture, bullying, and forceful application of poisonous substance against the suspects. Final results of the postmortem and toxicology examination conducted both at Warri and Lagos agreed that the deceased died of natural death.
Yeah, so if you want to hear more of it, I'll put the link. You can go listen to the whole thing that he said in the press conference. But what I want to say is this. From the beginning, when the whole story started, a lot of Nigerians, if they are honest, they are going to say that they didn't expect anything better than this. Unfortunately, from what we're seeing, it's like they want to close the case. They want to close the case and move on. My thing is this, and I think it's going to be the same for a lot of Nigerians. If you are surprised at this outcome, I'm surprised that you are surprised. You get my point? I'm surprised that you are surprised, because things like this have happened a lot in Nigeria, where you see a case that looks straightforward and then the next thing they bamboozle everybody, and it looks bamboozled. Let me put the word, looks bamboozled, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, how did he get, like, how? Right? On the other hand, it has been said that these boys that are accused are not anyhow children, are not the children of nobodies. Let me put it like that. And it also makes you think about the country where the life of the nobody and the life of the somebodies, you know, you understand, justice in a lot of cases in Nigeria depends on if you're a nobody or if you're a somebody, if you know what I mean. Another thing I want to talk about is this. Let's not forget, the reason this thing was even blown up, this news went far and there was an uproar, is because of social media. It is only social media that even gave us the power to be informed that something like that even happened. Powers to even know that there's a story going on. Imagine in the, let me use the word olden days, before social media, where you have to rely on the newspapers for whatever is on the news. Don't forget that if it was that time, all this direct information we're getting from the family would not be available. Everything would have been it's finished. It's easy for everybody to sit back and say, no, be Nigeria. That's so now. But the problem is, if we as a people continue to accept anything, so now, not be so, so now, this would never change. This is why they say justice for one is justice for all. If you want a country that's better, right, it shouldn't matter who does something wrong, whether it's a politician. Let me tell you, until we achieve that, things like this will continue to happen, whether it's a politician or if it's a pastor or if whatever. Because, you know, we have this mentality of, he's a pastor, don't question him. Or he's a politician, he's too big to be questioned. There are parts of the world where nobody is too big. Nobody is above the law. Those are the country you may expect a bit of justice. You understand? But we come from a country where, because I'm saying this, if you are somebody that they say pastor did something, now we're still talking about pastors that they said has been touching small girls. People hear this story and say, he's the man of God, don't talk about it. But let me tell you, when you think you cannot speak against a man of God when he has done something that should be questioned, then let me tell you, because if you're tampering with justice in some areas, one day it will come in another area where you would have preferred it to be done right. We live in a country where there's so much mago when it comes to justice. There's so much, just do it like that, do it like that. And then another important area I really want to speak about is this. The power of the people to get justice. The power of the people to say enough is enough. The power of the people to stand. Let me tell you, politicians are nobody without the people. The so-called mega pastors are nobody without the people. The so-called, whoever you call the people that oppress the people, cannot oppress the people without the people. The people have a power. Even the power of the people is why this news has been big. I want to really emphasize on the power of the people. Let me tell you, the big school, the school where this whole thing happened, from what we have heard, it's not any house school. It's a big school, right? As we have heard, the school fees is in millions. So imagine the amount of students in that school. Since this school has been shut down for a while, do you know how much millions have been at stake? Because some parents may say, okay, we want our refund, or the school is worried about their reputation because how are they going to refund all these millions to people? You know what I'm trying to say? So there is this school of thought, if I can put it that way, or there's this thinking that this school have used their own long legs, if you know what I mean, trying to get everything, finished so that they can go back to business, because it's a business. This is what I'm telling people. When you put your children in a boarding school, those people, it is a business for them, but it's your precious little ones. I don't believe in boarding schools. I've said it before, but everybody have their reasons. It's not my place to question people. But imagine that people are paying millions, right? Like this family basically have paid millions for their own child. They basically paid millions that ended their own child's life. That's what it is at the end of the day. Their own money basically bought their child's death. Unfortunately, that's what it became. Right? Now, I want to focus on this area of the power of the people. Right? Going back to the area of power of the people. You will see Nigerians where now people, there's this opera where, let me tell you, I'm not coming here to say I was not in that school, so I don't know what happened. But transparency that people demand, it is the most basic thing. People have the right to demand that. Another thing about coming to say the school is guilty or the school is not guilty, aside, I am even speaking about the area of transparency. It is not a luxury. It should be the rights of parents, the rights of the citizens to know what exactly went on in that school, right? But to have access to that transparency, let me tell you where the problem is. Because people can come out on social media and say justice for Sylvester, da-da-da-da-da. But you know what the problem is? Where the problem is the fact that as we are speaking, there are some parents that are already waiting for the school to reopen so that their children can go back to school. That is where the problem is. They are not waiting for the transparency. Me, I'm not saying the school must be found guilty, whatever. So this is not about school must be found guilty or not found guilty. That is not even it. Transparency. There are some, like I'm saying, there are some parents right now waiting for the school to reopen so that children can go back to school. That is what the problem is. That is where I speak about, we can speak with one side of our mouth and say justice and justice and justice. But it's still we, when I say we, the people, that will still go and quickly go back to that school. So when that happens and things go back to normal, if things go back to normal, why would that not happen again in another school? There should be a big message out there to make schools sit back and say, we cannot play with this kind of a thing. It's serious. From the beginning, there were people that believe that from day one, it will come to nothing. And it has, it has eventually, let me say, apparently come to nothing. Things like this will continue to happen. We've heard stories of a child. There was a young girl that the story is still on ground. That one too, her life ended. And they found a men's banana rubber inside her body. If you know what I mean. Men's banana rubber. Till today, na story. Hey, hear that girl? There's this and something. The school is still open. Parents put their children back in that school. So how would there ever be justice? The message is not clear. Because let me tell you, even if the government cannot do it right, or police or whatever cannot do it right, what about the power of the people? You understand? What about the power of the people? We as a people have a power. How are we using it? When we're not speaking with the same voice. When we're not speaking with the same voice. The fact that there are some parents right now that are waiting for the school, the Dowen school to open, so their children can go back to a school where Sylvester's life ended. That is all you need to know about the problem that we have. About the fact that this kind of things will continue to happen. I'm not saying the school is guilty. I'm not saying they are not guilty. What I'm saying is that until there's clear answers, it shouldn't be business as usual. That's somebody's life. And we have this thing in Africa where sometimes, there was a story there now. Was it a Tuko Talks? Or, a lot of you know it. I'm not sure where I saw it. Was it? I can't remember. Some of you may have heard the story of a woman that, I don't know what she said. Was it in school or something? The child's life ended. Do you know what the police commissioner or whatever told this woman, told her that, told the lady say, you're very young, just go and have another child. Imagine that. We have this anyhow way of handling things. That's why things like this will continue to happen. Just imagine that right now, parents that are seeing this whole story with koro eyes, with their own koro eyes, are waiting for school to open so they can go put their children in that same school without even the answers being out. With so many questions surrounding these things, some parents are willing. That is part of the problem. Nigeria continues to be a society of who you know, not a society of the truth. Not about the truth, not about the law. No, it's about who you know. Like I said in the beginning of this video, you know, a lot of people will be honest and say they are not really surprised. And I'm going to say I'm not surprised. I'm not saying I'm not disappointed, but I'm not surprised. Because we have a lot of stories like this that end up ending anyhow. No respect for the law. No real respect for transparency and the right of the people to know the truth. The area I want us to focus on is this. You see, when a politician does something bad and you say because it's your tribe, you know, because it's your tribe, you don't care about justice. Or a pastor does something and because he's holy, you don't want justice. Or so and so. It is part of the reasons why the justice system is weak. Because if you want justice, it's going to be consistent thing, regardless of who. But when you allow loopholes according to who people are, according to what people are, according to people's level, all of those things, those some loopholes will come and play at a time that does not suit you. Till we get to the point where we believe in justice, regardless of who you are or what you are, things like this will continue to happen. Honestly, this is so sad, but it's something for us as a people to reflect on and say, is this how we want our country to be? Today is Sylvester. Tomorrow it may be somebody else that may be close to you. So when you play part in supporting evil, because it is somebody you respect, supporting evil in some areas, don't forget that tomorrow the injustice in the land may be knocking at your own doorstep. Anyways, I just wanted to come here and share that update because we have been following that story. As always, whatever your opinions are, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.